So I thought for today's video, we'd answer our abortion foes. We did a video where we admitted having multiple abortions, and we've had thousands of comments.
And how happy we were.
And that we had no
Yes.
regrets, and
Yeah.
that now I'm a
Yeah.
mom, and I had non-surgical abortions with no risk to my fertility. You had a kitchen tabletop abortion.
Yeah, that was fun.
Or the one in Europe where you had to say that you were mentally imbalanced before you could have it.
No. The man was.
Oh,
I
of
couldn't
course.
have his baby because he was.
He
He was. He was absolutely.
Anyway, a lot of hateful, nasty, and it was interesting. The men come down with both feet. It's like, you dirty whores, you should have had. And then the women will say, oh, it should be rare, and that it's that whole Clinton abortion should be safe and rare. If you admit to having multiple abortions, it's like you're this horrible person. Let me start off by saying, or asking, Betty, is there any birth control that's 100%?
Well, even the diaphragm, which I used, for me it was 100%. But before I was on the diaphragm, I had a pregnancy from, what was it? A condom.
Condoms break. They leak. They can have a little microscopic tear in them.
Then there's always that passionate moment when you've had a couple of extra drinks.
God forbid if you admit to that. So what's fascinating to me is that this is again our feminist rant and our misogynistic.
Oh! If men got pregnant,
you would get the morning after pill would be packaged with a 6-pack. It really would be.
And a ham and cheese sandwich.
It's like all in one. If you want us to have our babies, then wouldn't it help if we got equal pay? Here's a novel concept.
But you wouldn't be dependent upon me.
Oh, so I couldn't beat you up or gamble the money away or drink everything or leave you high and dry and let you, beg for money on the street.
Turn to prostitution.
So I was watching this documentary on Berlin after the war, and they were saying how in West Berlin, it was like America, unwed mothers, big stigma, women trying to have illegal abortions, no access to contraception. East Berlin, the women that got pregnant had their babies because there was no stigma. They got equal pay, affordable housing,
and health care.
Universal health care, and free and daycare.
Yep.
Speaking of which, as my son crawls around. But what does it mean when we're so hard on women and we judge them and make them responsible for sex, and then we don't enable them to become parents? And
it's called misogyny.
Why do we hate women so much?
Honey, that's the $64 question. You figure that out. And, well, I know why. We are the first sex. Here goes my rant. We have more genetic material. Our brains work better. We're stronger.
Our bodies last longer.
And we can withstand pain without falling apart. And we also are, we are in touch with our emotions. We are superior.
So that's what it's about, keeping us under thumb.
Because they are inadequate. And now you kids out there, you think I hate men? I'm the best friend you've ever had, teaching your women how to have orgasms. You hate yourself. If you loved yourself, you wouldn't be so hard on women. So that's all there is to it. Honor these women that have given you babies, that have raised you, that have taken care of you. Honor us. Don't demand this and demand that. And no, we don't have vaginal orgasms. And we want birth control. And you just shut the fuck up and we'll take care of our own bodies. Now.
Yes! Betty for president, yes! I love this. Equal orgasms, equal pay?
You're lucky to be equal because you're inferior. Now, she's probably going to cut that.
No, I'm not going to cut that at all.
So in order to stay on top, you have to put all of these rules we're more sexual. We want more. We have more intelligence.
But isn't that a good thing? We're the mothers. We birth the next generation.
So
do you want the person operating at a handicap?
I am suggesting that the men take a step back and a nice deep breath and let us take over. Because you guys are really fucking up the planet. And we can do a cleanup job, okay?
And let's say for the record, we have no regrets for abortions, whether you block the sperm before or after the sex act isn't a big deal for us. We're never going to feel bad about that. It enabled me
Never.
to finish my education and
Never.
now embrace intentional motherhood and be a good mother to
Yes.
my son.
And here is this beautiful baby here that I get to enjoy as Aunt Betty. And you did it when you were ready.
Well, financially and emotionally, if I was made to have a child when I was 18, I would be a totally different mother. I wouldn't be the mother I am today because I would have been kicked out of my house. I would have had financial stress. I never would have finished school or law school. I would have worked shitty jobs my whole life. I would have had a trail of bad relationships with men that disrespected my child. It would have been horrible. Why? Why do I have to suffer?
Because you're a woman.
I refuse to suffer, and I'm not paying the cunt tax. That's what I call it. I'm a woman, and I have no regrets, and I'm not paying the cunt tax. I'm not suffering, and I want equality. I don't care.
Listen to this. I never had babies, and I don't miss anything. I've got one now. Okay. Hey, show them my kid. If you don't think this isn't just as much my baby as hers.
Of course it is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby. I'm so in love with that kid.
We all are.
I know.
And he will not be that kind of man.
No, not at all.
We can stop it. We can raise the next generation and raise them right.
Here we go. We're going to have a liberated boy here. Yes, we are.